And welcome to SEC Network Basketball, presented by Pfizer. Bully and his closest 9,000 friends inside Humphrey Coliseum for this top 15 showdown. Only the third time in the history of this building that they have hosted a top 15 matchup, and it's Mississippi State and Kentucky. Dave Neal alongside John Sunvold. So glad you could join us here tonight. And John, obviously the league is just so dynamic this year. We've talked about it ad nauseum almost to a point, but it's unbelievable. The games today, again, impressive, and we certainly have the environment here to have another good one.
You better have a short memory when you play in this league. Whether Wednesday to Saturday, Tuesday to Saturday, doesn't matter. Have a short memory, get ready for the next game.
Well, Kentucky hopes that they have a short memory. Their last outing at Georgia was not very good. How do they fix that and get back onto their winning ways?
Well, one of the keys is Lamont Butler, really their lead guard on both ends of the floor. Offensively, he can score, shoots it well, can put it on the floor. Defensively, maybe one of the best lead guards on the defensive end in the country. He's got to be solid, Dave. I think he's got to be great in the first 3 to 4 minutes of this game.
Well, how about Mississippi State? They've won 8 straight, and this guy keeps doing just Josh Hubbard things.
Yeah, Josh had only 34 in the matchup last year against Kentucky. He's springy. Mark Pope described him as elite, 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 elite. 5 elites, scorer, and a playmaker. He does everything on the offensive end, and when he does, he can get his teammates involved.
That should be a great matchup, Lamont Butler and Josh Hubbard tonight. There are other great matchups, so we'll get into that as this one unfolds today, but they're the numbers on those guys. And Butler, of course, been around 4 years at San Diego State, played in the Final Four. Knows something about big games. They're all big for Kentucky. They're all big for Mississippi State, and we're just about ready to get this one underway.
Let's think, Dave. High-octane offense. We know Kentucky, 88 points a game. Mississippi State, always known as a defensive squad this year, 83.5 points a game. It's going to be up and down. Which team can slow the other down?
It is packed buildings tonight here at Humphrey Coliseum, despite some of the weather the last couple of days around the Deep South. Wouldn't know it by the environment inside the building, and R.J. Melendez continues his hot scoring, had 19 against Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Melendez has been solid to transfer from Georgia, also played the first 2 years at Illinois.
Here's Williams, has it knocked out of his hands. A couple of big boys right there.
So one of the things defensively that Chris Jans wants his team to do is do not let cutters cut. They will challenge every cut. Kentucky, a free-flowing offense. They run the zoom. They've got to get off to a good start. They're 0-2 on true road games.
Nwoko with the rebound there. Hubbard leave him wide open. That's a mistake. That is a mistake.
He has got great springs in the jump shot. He gets off quickly. And obviously, you got to communicate. It is so noisy in here. You better be loud when you talk to each other.
156 career three-pointers now for Hubbard in just a year and a half. Loose ball. Scramble for it. It'll belong to Mississippi State. Chris Jans in his third year, back-to-back NCAA tournaments, trying to make it a hat trick. Looks like they're headed in that direction.
What a challenge, Lamont Butler, who's a terrific defender when he guards Josh Hubbard. Hubbard has great lift, and it's easy for him to score.
Melendez misses. Kentucky pushes the tempo. That three off the mark from Robinson. Another opportunity, though, for the Cats. Good ball fake. Step back three. Got it.
Good patience, but another possession. Williams with the offensive rebound.
Jackson Robinson averaging a little over 11 points a game. Here's Matthews, the team's leading assist man. Nwoko inside, double teamed.
Solid defense by Williams. So Williams got in foul trouble at Georgia.
Hubbard, step back. Matthews, offensive rebound, and he's fouled.
We know that Cam Matthews does not score very many points, but he is a tough matchup.
There's Mark Pope, obviously in his first year at Kentucky, and both coaches interesting tonight, looking for their 200th career win. Mark Pope 199 and 111. Chris Jans at 199 and 72. Many of those wins for Coach Jans at New Mexico State, and of course Coach Pope over at BYU.
I thought what was interesting today at shoot-around. Obviously they're running offensive stuff, defensive things. When they huddled, he had one thing he said that I caught. He said, we're here to guard, right? There's been some things that Kentucky's not good enough on the defensive end. Not physical enough so far early in this league. They've got something to prove tonight. Nwoko. Dave, if I was struggling with physicality, I could find a better place to come than Starkville. Good pass.
Andrew Carr knows what to do with it. Andrew averaging 11.6 rebounds a game with an easy flush. 8-5 Bulldogs.
Harris, good shooter. They got to protect when he comes off screens for the shot.
Matthews now. 4 on the shot clock. Taking it inside. Working against Carr. Good defense from Andrew. Cats on the run. Robinson. Williams. Here's Butler. Oh, nice crossover dribble. Couldn't get the friendly bounce. Harris.
Good defense. Both teams have gotten back defensively. No early shots for either opponent.
Matthews spins. Count it.
The old philosophy when you play off Cam Matthews and give him a shot, but his ability to put it on the floor and then he gets his body into the defender. Big, strong, solid. He wants to finish around the rim because he is not a great jump shooter, but he understands how to play.
Also not a great free throw shooter, just 52% on the year. Averaging 8.7 rebounds. Keyshawn Murphy checking in for Michael Nwoko, who played last year at Miami. Of course, Keyshawn Murphy's been here a while now. He's been battling injuries his entire career, finally healthy, and he is a difference maker at 6'10", can do a lot of different things, play a lot of different positions at that size.
And Chris Jans has said he's probably the most consistent offensively and defensively since they got together, started working out in the summertime.
Ansley, Almanor on the floor now for the Cats as Carr takes a seat.
Dave, the guy we think Otega Owuwe's got to have a good game, has been quiet so early in this game.
Well, on cue, pulls up, buries down the 17-footer.
You always want to see who gets involved early when a team really needs a win or goes on a road in tough atmospheres.
Murphy can't get it to go. Rebound to Owe. Averages almost 4 of those to go with his 15.5 points. Right down the lane, and he is fouled on the way up. And Chris Jans can't believe they let the lane open up like that.
Well, 2 things: guard ball, guard basket, and guard ball. One of the 2, you got to pick up somebody. In today's game, a lot of offensive players flail out to the 3-point line. Nobody picked up the basketball. Smart play by Owe to get to all the way to the tip.
So Otega Owe at the line, 79% foul shooter. He's 14th in the conference in scoring. 9th in field goal percentage. A couple of substitutions now for Kentucky is Travis Perry, Kobe Brea.
Shooters.
Check in.
The 2 shooters walked in.
Nobody's shooting it better than Kobe Brea right now. Second, well, actually one person is. Second Division I in 3-point shooting.
Well, he put on a performance in a game against Florida, 7 of 9 beyond the 3-point line, but if they go on the road, he's got to have the same thing here.
Foul against the Cats on the inside. That's going to go against Amari Williams. That'll be his first. And that'll be the 3rd team foul. Cats have played well in some really big games this year. They're 3-0 against AP top 10 teams. Hubbard.
Solid defense, and I think Hubbard went too deep. He's better coming off at 15 feet.
Here's the freshman, Travis Perry. Brea. A little bit short, thought his hand was hit on the release.
Yeah, I think he thought he got fouled, got the shot up instead.
That won't go. Owe the rebound. Williams.
You know, maybe gone are the times Mississippi State used to be so patient on the offensive end. You score nearly 84 points a game. Free-flowing offense both sides.
Brea trying to find some room for that shot. It's smothered by Claudell Harris. Here's Perry. 5 on the shot clock. 4. Long 3. No good from Williams. Perry, though, they leave him wide open and makes him pay.
Long shot, long rebound. Opportunity. Perry, the shooter.
2024 Mr. Kentucky basketball. Here's Matthews, and he travels. That'll get us to a timeout. Up and down we go. Bulldogs by 1. Long way to go here in Starkville. SEC men's basketball is presented by Pfizer, the official pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine awareness sponsor of the SEC. Well, yes, that's what the Bulldog fans are hoping happens. They beat Kentucky tonight. Cats trying to rebound from a 13-point loss in Athens. Back-to-back road games before they get back-to-back home games in Lexington. Mark Pope says when his team plays like a community, connected, that they are really hard to beat. But there are moments when they don't play that way, and that's what gets them in trouble.
And when you get to league play, it changes. Everything gets a little tougher. I don't think there's as many whistles when you get to league play, right? Everybody's more physical. But I think when you have these kind of matchups, 2 top 15 teams, you can't get out of character. Keyshawn Murphy, 4 for 17 from beyond the 3-point line coming in the game, has already hoisted up 2 early in possessions. Not the way he plays. If you get out of character, it hurts your team, either side.
Brandon Garrison, top of the key, gets it to Perry. Off the mark from Almanor, and rebound to the Bulldogs. Here's Hubbard. Hubbard again, left open, in and out. Boy, that was halfway down and spit out.
And if you think of Josh Hubbard, that's the shot he wants. Come off the screen, wide open. Kentucky's got to get closer.
Loose ball on the deck. Almanor.
Terrific play by Oway to keep the possession alive. Could have easily been a turnover.
Melendez thought about it. It's a 7-0 Kentucky run. Here's Perry. Already has 1 3 tonight. Boy, that's just a big collision. They're going to call blocking foul on Hubbard. Ansley Almanor ran right over him, but they say Hubbard was the one who was at fault.
And Hubbard stayed on the top side. Again, there's a lot of motion, there's a lot of cutting. Hubbard steps out, switches, got knocked down, whistle blew.
So Brea will try to inbound it right in front of the Bulldog bench. Brea 0 for 2.
And good defense by Riley Kugel. Athletic, challenges most shots.
Matthews. Here's Murphy. Oh, what a spin move on the baseline.
A little better inside than he is outside.
Robinson. That won't go, but he will head to the free throw line.
Keyshawn Murphy has the ability to score in a variety of ways. We've already said maybe out of character, hoisting up 2 threes early. Puts the ball on the floor, little ball fake now. Difficult shot because he didn't really get his feet set under it.
Jackson Robinson, graduate transfer. Big 12 6th man of the year last year at BYU.
Man, remember the second half he had against Gonzaga. 18 points in that ball game, really took over the point guard position because Butler did not play that game.
He has been around the block a time or two. Texas A&M, Arkansas, a couple of years at BYU, and then follows his coach with the Cougars here to Lexington and went over the 1,000-point total in the game against Florida last weekend. Boy, Hubbard just had his pocket picked. A turnover, a rare one. That is just the 11th all year for Hubbard. Tapped around a couple of times and one there by Jones, and a foul on Garrison.
Sometimes people wonder how a guy like Butler can get a steal on someone like Hubbard. It's timing. He watched Hubbard bring the ball up. I mean, he's basically timing the bounce and the pace of the bounce by Hubbard. You play against a good defender like Butler, you got to alternate how you dribble that basketball. Nice move by Kugel.
Riley Kugel, the transfer from Florida, with a layup.
Not many better athletes in the SEC than Riley Kugel.
Here's Butler. Brea trying to find a little bit of room. Carr. Robinson back to Carr. Wide open for three. Got it. Andrew Carr, his 9th three of the year. That'll get him over the 30% mark for the season.
Not much he cannot do on both ends of the floor. Very valuable for this Wildcat team.
Well, this matchup between Butler and Hubbard will be fun to watch all night. That's fun to watch if you're a Bulldog fan. Riley Kugel knocking home the three. Carr keeps it alive for a moment. Oh, good ball fake by Carr.
Look at that ball move. Finding the open guys.
That's good offense right there. Kept up by Robinson.
And Kentucky might lack the guard that can blow by, beat you one-on-one. If you don't have that, you have to have fabulous ball movement and good body movement.
Miscommunication and a turnover will give it to the Kentucky Wildcats.
It has been good ball movement by Kentucky as they've been on the road. And when they share the basketball, they distribute it to each other. Good cuts and delivery from outside by Carr.
Well, for a program that's won 49 SEC regular season titles and 31 SEC tournament titles, this is what Mark Pope's trying to fix a little bit. Get them back into the mix every year in terms of NCAA tournaments, SEC championships, and certainly this is a team that, as this season has unfolded, despite the loss to Georgia tonight, there are pieces here that make you believe that they can do that, even in this league that is so difficult.
So you're going to take some knocks in this league.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's Tennessee, right?
And let's put it bluntly, Georgia's pretty good.
Yes.
And I know Kentucky, but Georgia's good. And every team in this league can get somebody. South Carolina almost got Auburn today. What I like so far about Kentucky, 5 assists on 7 made baskets and only 1 turnover. Those are key areas when you play Mississippi State. Another assist, another basket, great backdoor cut.
I mean, that's just good offense.
Yep.
Kentucky leads it by 4.
And again, I think Kentucky does it without a point guard that just beats you off the dribble.
How about Robinson coming out here with 10 points in the first 9 minutes of the game? Here's Hubbard. Butler guarding him, gives way. Tough shot by Hubbard. Rebound. They'll kick it back out. Kugel. That's a 3. No good. Rebound to Oweh. Oweh is fouled. He'll head to the line.
So, Dave, I would say Kentucky has done everything they've wanted to do in the first 10 minutes of a ball game. They've got the crowd pretty quiet. They've moved the ball on offense. Good backdoor cut as the guy came through, no help side. They have not allowed the Bulldogs defensively to control the game, which Mississippi State does most of the time they're out there.
And it's pregame talk. I mean, Coach Jans preached to his guys about priority is not to let the cutters cut. especially a guy like Butler. But we've seen 2 or 3 different players make aggressive cuts by Kentucky and have uncontested looks at the rim.
And so what does he mean by that? Normal defender, when the pass is going, you jump off towards the pass and you fall, you got through. This way, if the pass is on, you stay in front of the cutter. You don't necessarily give him space. What that is attempting to do is slow down the movement that the Wildcats have on the offensive end.
Coach Jans said Kentucky elite cutters.
Elite cutters. Great scouting report. They back off guys that aren't necessarily shooters, try to shore up their rebound.
Matthews, strong take to the rim.
Wow. How physical and how tough.
Butler slicing, blocked by Kugel. Last touch by the Cats.
Cam Matthews, offensive rebound. He has played in 148 basketball games in a Bulldog uniform. And Riley Kugel, we talked about him defensively, how good and how athletic. He's 6'5" and can absolutely, really be great on both ends of the floor. Maybe not as consistent as everybody would like him to be, but a fabulous player.
Those 148 games, a school record.
Nice ball fake.
Harris.
Pretty valuable piece in the transfer portal. Claudell Harris Jr. transfer, Boston College.
No way, had a toe on the line. That was partially blocked. Bulldogs wasting no time. Nwoko spins, a jump hook is good. And we are tied at 24.
Mark Pope wants timeout. Bulldogs on a roll because defensively they've gotten stops, and when they push on the offensive end, a wide variety of guys can score. Michael Nwoko, spin, took the contact, still finished the bucket. Quick timeout by Pope. Does not want this to get in the hands of a momentum shift for this Bulldog squad.
Already had 7 lead changes. Kentucky was on a 7-0 run, but Mississippi State has answered that with a 6-0 run. The Bulldogs have won 8 straight games. And this 2-0 start is the best they've had since 2013. It's the best start overall since the 03-04 campaign. That team went on to win an SEC championship that year.
And Dave, you were in this building when they played Pitt, and they blew Pitt out, and then they blew South Carolina out in the first game of the SEC season. I mean, they're a team in this building, and really on the road, because their defense does travel. Chris Jans, known as an elite defensive coach. The difference this year, in the last 2 years, is they've got the ability to score the ball with a number of guys that can score.
Butler, nice pass to Williams. Got it up on the rim and got a friendly roll on the road.
The soft touch by Williams. Very valuable guy at 7 feet, can go outside and they run the offense through him. Got to stay on the court though. He can't get into foul trouble like he did at Georgia.
Averaging 10 points, over 8 rebounds. Nwoko would try the 3. That won't go, but another opportunity for the Bulldogs. Good rebound by Sean Jones. Kugel for 3. This time the rebound into the hands of Jackson Robinson. Up to Oweh. Little Euro step, and that one is pinned on the backboard. Williams. He's fouled by Kugel. Big collision, and Williams pops up in a hurry.
There are a number of phenomenal athletes on this court. No baskets are easy. Kugel's still down. Let's hope he's not hurt. Williams used his size and thought, I'll just take it right at the shorter Riley Kugel.
Kugel just picked up his 2nd foul.
Kugel's had a lot of energy, so on both ends of the floor, he's just kind of been flying around, and Williams smart enough. When ball fake got him up in the air, he'll head off.
So Williams will shoot the free throw. Williams 64% at the line. Got that one to go. He's been in double figures 8 times this year. It's had a high of 15 twice, the last of which came against the Gators when he hit 6 of 7 from the field to go along with his 8 rebounds. But he was a non-factor offensively against the Bulldogs. Season low 2 points in 14 minutes. Of course, foul trouble hampered him that night. Mississippi State 8 of 11 inside the arc, 2 of 12 outside the arc. There's Claudell Harris Jr. Murphy. Back to Jones, and Murphy will end up with the basketball, and he rips the net from about 5 feet.
And a nice soft pass from Sean Jones, a little pick and roll, just drop a little bounce pass, make it easy for your big man to handle. How closely they'll guard Brea.
Here's Matthew. Cameron Matthews with that steal. First in the conference, averaging 2.5 a game. Hubbard. And that'll be a reach-in foul on Perry.
And the Kentucky bench want a hook on Hubbard.
Oh, now we have a discussion. They're gonna count the basket.
I know you get that at the next level. I wasn't sure you get it at this level. We'll see the spin move by Hubbard. They wanted an offensive foul, the Kentucky bench. Here's the spin move. There's the hook. Foul, whistle, and good.
Peter Burns, the studio update. Top 10 matchup. First time ever for A&M. How about Zurich Phelps? He's got 11 points. Bama was up by 10 now. Cut it to 3 with 3 minutes to go in the first.
It is a raucous Humphrey Coliseum. And we've got a good one, tied at 28. Josh Hubbard about to step to the free throw line. As a matter of fact, looking at Josh Hubbard, he's the state's all-time leading high school scorer. And then Travis Perry just fouled him. He's Kentucky's high school all-time leading scorer. Over 5,000 points for Travis Perry.
He started playing like 7th grade, 5,000 points.
I know.
Good Lord.
This is nuts. Kirk Reese is injured, and so Travis Perry getting some minutes during his absence. We saw Kerr today come out to shoot around. Rare to see him without a boot on. Actually had 2 sneakers on today. Now he's had the boot is back on the foot for the game for Kerr. But
yeah, he wasn't doing much, but he was walking without a boot.
They certainly expect and hopeful that he'll be back before the end of the season. Has surgery on a toe, and hopefully that thing will get healed up and he'll be back.
A little pressure now by Mississippi State. 2-2-1.
And you know who's licking their chops is that guy, Kobe Brea.
I was going to say, a guy like Brea is going, oh my gosh, they're in a zone press. Hit it up ahead. Let me get ahead. Then he got it.
Hubbard will try to answer. That won't go. Williams the rebound. Williams been very active here in the first half.
And pretty good looks for Hubbard so far.
Jones blocks the Butler shot. It'll stay with the Cats.
Athletic defensively. Get beat off the dribble, but don't quit on the play.
4th block by the Bulldogs here in the first half. 6:38 to go. And a takeaway on the inbounds. And Mark Pope just shakes his head. What are we doing?
Yeah, only the 3rd turnover by Kentucky. Both of these teams are under 10 turnovers a game. They take care of the basketball.
Here's Hubbard working on Brea. Murphy. Second time we've seen that little push floater in the lane.
And it's a very soft touch.
Yep.
Softer than the 3 ball that he shoots.
He missed his first 2 shots of the game, and they were both behind the arc. Tied at 31. No way. Gets it off to Butler. And a hold on the perimeter. That'll go against Melendez.
Such good movement on the offensive end by Kentucky. What we'll call continuity of how they're running play stuff.
The Florida game, if you watch that from beginning to end, I don't know that you will see a more complete offensive game by any team in America this year than what we saw in that Florida game from Kentucky.
It was a thing of beauty. Yeah. How the ball moved, how guys moved, how they hit open shooters, how shooters make shots. Now, if you're a Florida fan, you go, they played as great as they could, Kentucky, and we were right there. Yeah. That's how good Florida is.
Here's Brea, gets a screen by Garrison. They'll swing it to Robinson, and he rips it. Right over the outstretched arms of Keyshawn Murphy at 6'10".
And Chris Jans, again, the defensive genius, just kind of shaking his head. Not a lot they can do when guys catch and release that deep out.
Matthews working on Carr, takes him right to the rim, and that'll be a blocking foul on Carr.
Well, I tell you, when Cam Matthews turns the corner, you are absolutely in trouble. And we've seen last year in big situations, they'll run plays for Matthews to get it and going downhill. Now, the tough part is this is where he struggles from the foul line.
2 for 3 at the line tonight. Came in at the free throw line 52%. Hey, Wednesday we have a men's basketball triple header right here on the SEC Network. It starts at 6 Eastern, but we're featuring these games. Chaz Lanier, well, you want to watch him play. He's so good right now. Oh, man. And number 1, Tennessee, they'll host Georgia. Georgia with another win in the SEC today. They are in Athens and came away with that victory over Oklahoma by 10. And then it's the Red River rivalry, Texas and 17th ranked Oklahoma. Longhorns have won 7 straight in that series.
That was good, Dave. I usually just say triple R.
5 on the shot clock. Butler. Five minutes to go in the first half. Kentucky shooting 46%. Mississippi State at 48%. Rebound into the hands of Garrison.
Two different styles offensively. Mississippi State, when they run stuff, they'll have guys in position for offensive rebounds. Kentucky, because they play 5 out, sometimes there's not many people around to get offensive rebounds.
Hubbard was there to pick up that rebound for the Bulldogs.
He loves transition basketball.
Yeah, he carried that ball.
He did, but that'll be the first one I've heard called all year.
I know. You could nearly call it every time down the floor.
Yeah, you could.
Kobe Brea, 1 for 4 from behind the arc. Second in the country in three-point percentage at 49%. Butler, it's fouled. Boy, Kentucky's been getting in that lane quite a bit tonight.
And of all the ball handlers, and I said they probably lack the guy that just blows by you. What Butler's good at is splitting the defenders. When he comes off and the big steps out, he splits the difference. Now all of a sudden he's going against the grain, cutting through the lane off the bounce, makes it very difficult on any big that's back there to try to pick him up.
Butler 69% at the line. He is posting career numbers in just about every category this year. After 4 years at San Diego State, you see his numbers. 9 points a game last year, shot 42%. He's at 57% this year from the field, averaging 14 points a game. Not to mention his 3 rebounds, over 4 assists, and shooting 40% from behind the arc. Here's Matthews with a full head of steam, trying to turn the corner.
Whoa, man! Whoa!
Melendez short and foul fouled on the three. This gets them on their feet at the hump. Cameron Matthews.
See, this is when I tell you what we were supposed to talk about at half. You can read that right now. That Cam Matthews dunk.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. I'm speechless. For real.
Bo, I got a quick question for you. Who's the top 3 dunkers in SEC history for you, young fella?
Dominique Wilkins is the top of the list for me. I'll start right there.
Hey, you've been around here longer than I have.
Chris Porter might be number 2.
Ooh, there you go.
Fish's teammate.
Yeah.
I'd like to say Ron Slay, but Ron liked to take it outside a little bit. Come on.
Well, nobody better than Dominique.
No.
Is there?
No.
At either level.
No.
Even at the next level.
I'm trying to run through this whole. I've been doing this a long time, and I'm drawing blank. I see the guy right now. He was another former Georgia player. You know, you can always throw Skywalker in.
It's pretty good
in that mix, but I'm drawing a blank on the Georgia player. It's gonna come to me in a minute. But
so it's funny. They only get 2 points for the dunk.
That's why
you guys outside.
You didn't have a 3-point line, did you?
Not in college. No.
Yeah. So Melendez knocks that one home and gives us an opportunity to tell you we have a really good women's basketball matchup for you Monday night here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. 14-3 Vanderbilt against Flau'jae Johnson and the undefeated number 6 LSU Tigers. Coverage tips at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central. You know, I would say Damian Fishback, but he too, he wanted to step out and hammer home threes all day. Those guys were some Ron Slay. I've had a chance to call those games with those guys and now get to work with a kind of a neat little thing.
So a first half of runs.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Kentucky and then Mississippi State, 2 good teams.
Kentucky has gone a couple of minutes without a basket trying to get one here.
Home crowd upset because they thought he went over the midcourt line and back, but everything's got to get across the midcourt line for it to be backcourt.
Williams now up to 6. Jackson Robinson leading Kentucky with 13 here in the first half, averaging 11.5 points a game. Just got word that Riley Kugel, no word on the particular injury, but he is out.
How about the trust for Warren, the freshman with the basketball, has not played a lot this year.
Del Quan, a 4-star top 100 recruit on the floor now for the Bulldogs. Back the other way. Here is Lamont Butler to Williams.
Well, the value of Williams out front, you can see it because he passes so well. He can take it down low. Another steal by Matthews.
Averages 2.5 a game. Melendez. Hubbard, long 3. No good. Nice job on that rebound by Jackson Robinson to keep it alive and trying to answer back on the other end as well.
Toughest shot to make, Dave. I've always thought as a shooter is running straight down, gathering yourself, and then shooting it.
What a sequence for Jackson Robinson. What a half for Jackson Robinson. 4 of 5 now from behind the arc.
Momentum swings now favors Kentucky. Back and forth in this first half. Great basketball. As the rebound happens and you're late getting back defensively, Jackson Robinson has had no problem catching and releasing and being on point tonight.
Well, something's working from behind the arc for Kentucky. In their first 2 SEC games, the Cats were 7 of 45 from behind the arc, 15%. They went 6 of 25 against Georgia. Tonight, Mark Pope's group, 7 of 16.
And sharing the basketball, 11 assists on 13 made baskets. That's giving it up when the guy's open at the right time.
Lead changes in this one. Largest lead by either team has been 6. Largest run A 7-0 run by Kentucky, a 6-0 run by Mississippi State. Pretty much what we thought we were going to get when we came into the building.
Great battle.
Hubbard with 6 points, 1 3-pointer on 5 attempts. Nwoko inside to Hubbard. Last touch by Josh. It'll belong to the Cats. Good defense by Kentucky on that half court.
I wasn't sure if it was Williams or Butler, but as Hubbard cut, I think he thought he had an open avenue. Active hands. Williams got it first.
Williams throws it away. He was trying to hit Robinson, who made a cut. That's the 6th Kentucky turnover.
It's a turnover, but I'll be honest, when they're looking for each other, that happens. Robinson stopped and then went back behind the screen. Williams simply didn't see it.
And a trip against the Cats. That's going to go against Robinson. That'll be his second. So Claudell Harris Jr. to the free throw line, the transfer from Boston College. 71% at the line.
And to Kentucky fans, his running mate at Boston College, Jaden Zachary, who plays point guard at Clemson.
Well, we've got a great gymnastics doubleheader coming your way on Friday night right here on this very network. And, of course, you can always see it on the ESPN app. Arkansas and Auburn get us started at 7 Eastern. Then number 1 Oklahoma hosts Missouri at the Lloyd Noble Center in Norman. Should be a great night. Hope you can join us for that Friday night right here on the SEC Network. Again, tied at 39. Under 2 minutes to go first half. Williams, and he is fouled. Nwoko's going to get that one.
One thing about a big defensively, there's really no sense of doing all the reaching, right? If Williams catches, play him straight up. Once you start reaching, a guy that's active like Williams starts moving the ball around, you're in trouble.
What's a unique routine for Williams at the free throw line? Looks like he's just a one-hand flick of that left wrist.
I thought more unique is the fact he kind of lackadaisical before he gets, you know, some guys like to get set, but pretty good. When you're big and strong, that ball is a lot lighter than for some people.
41-39. Cats 8 of 12 at the line. Mississippi State 9 of 11.
Nice ball fake.
Step back 3, no good. Rebound into the hands of Owe. Owe right down the lane, and this time he is fouled by Nwoko. Crowd certainly doesn't like it. That'll be the second on the big man for the Bulldogs.
Kentucky has come into tonight's ball game hurt a little bit. Some media has said maybe they're not tough enough or physical enough or don't get to the free throw line enough. They have attacked in this first half. Owe aggressive going to the rim.
Last 2 games, opponents have attempted 73 free throws, made 51. Kentucky's just 33 of 43. Opponents in the first 2 conference games made 18 more free throws than the Cats, and they attempted 30 more free throws.
And I thought it was interesting this week, Mark Popes, he addressed free throws in general and trying to get too many. He said, you know, when you overdo it, you're putting it in the hands of the referee. When you get out of sync of running your offense, how you run it. But I will say this, I think his team's more aggressive attacking the rim tonight than we've seen it.
Oh, there's a steal. Oweh takes it himself with a two-handed flush. Under a minute to go, first half. Matthews fouled. Oweh will pick up that foul. That'll be his first.
So a quick lesson for anybody that plays out front. Sean Jones is not a basketball player there. Like, you're just too lazy, too easy. This is too hard of a game not to be in basketball position. Bend the knees, make sure you make a good pass. Good steal, easy bucket by Oweh.
So Matthews back to the free throw line. Been there 5 times already. Cameron with 9 points as he leads the Bulldogs in scoring here in the first half, now in double figures. And for Cameron Matthews, he came in averaging 8. This is just his 5th game in double figures this year.
And pretty solid from the free throw line, 4 of 6 this first half.
Gets 1 out of 2. Williams that rebound.
Set play called by Mark Pope from the sideline. Let's see what Kentucky has.
Here's Butler. He's guarded by Delquan Warren.
Size, height, big advantage inside.
Williams with the basket. Williams up to 10 points. But Robinson has been the story with 16 in the first half for the Cats.
Keep an eye always on guys in the corner. Hubbard's going to turn the corner. They got to put pressure on him.
Hubbard with 5 to go in the half. Buries a 3. He will head to the line to try to complete a 4-point opportunity.
Hubbard got his body into defender Butler, and then when he stepped away, Butler made the mistake at jumping straight at the shooter, which then you didn't let him land. That's why they called the foul.
Hubbard 83% free throw shooter. Makes it a 2-point game. Here's Butler. 1. Gets the shot away. Rips the net at the horn. A big 3 for the Cats.
And what a way to end an impressive first half for Kentucky as they go on the road to the Hump. A difficult place to play. The 49th point
on the court
of the first half by Kentucky.
Under review.
The 8th made 3 by Kentucky in the first half. 8 of 17. They shoot 53% overall in the first half, and they will head to the locker room up 5 after 20 minutes of hoops. 49-44 is our score. Let's get to the studio. Time for the halftime report. And welcome back to SEC Network Basketball presented by Pfizer. Packed house here at Humphrey Coliseum. 14th ranked Bulldogs, 6th ranked Kentucky. 49-44 our score after 20 minutes. Dave Neal, John Sunvold, and exciting first half, 11 lead changes. Your impressions of the first 20?
A great half of basketball. I thought both teams played well. The Bulldogs are trying to find a way to stop Kentucky. Kentucky's doing everything they want on the offensive end. The movement's great. And more importantly, the shots are going in after the movement. So we'll see what Chris Jans draws up, see if it's any better than that first half.
You see those three-point shooting numbers. 8 of 17 for Kentucky. Remember this. The first 2 SEC games for Mississippi State, defensively, they held their opponents to 7 for 45 from behind the arc. 15% number. And tonight, Kentucky has ripped them for 8 of 17 at 47%. So whatever Kentucky found in the last couple of days of practice, and they've got that sink back offensively that we had seen through the first couple of months of the season.
And sometimes it's not necessarily what you found, but which guys show up to put it on the floor. And Jackson Robinson was absolutely spectacular in the first half with 4 3-pointers, 4 out of 5, 16 points. So sets up for another great half of basketball.
Williams has 10 for the Cats. Hubbard and Matthews both have 10 for the Bulldogs. Robinson under pressure, rips it from the corner right in front of Claudell Harris.
Bulldogs were close to getting steals a number of times, but Kentucky had them all scrambling. And once you do, if you can convert it on the other end, you're good. And they did.
Harris misses that three from the top of the key. Here's away right to the rim.
What a start in the second half. Great screen underneath the basket by Andrew Carr that opened up the lane.
A 10-point advantage, largest lead of the night for the Kentucky Wildcats.
You know, Mark Pope said, when we play well, we're pretty good.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
A little wink in his eye. He knows it, and they are playing well right now. Here's Matthews. That one is blocked out of there by Williams. Butler tied up in the lane. They're going to say tie up, and the arrow will favor Mississippi State.
Kentucky wanted to come out and start the way they finished, and they did. Look what Andrew Carr did. Just absolutely backed out the defender. Easy avenue for Oweh to finish.
Hubbard. Here's Harris. Fire another three, and this one is good. His first 3 in 4 attempts. Oweh has it knocked out of his hands. Melendez spins, layup, got it. Oweh back in a hurry. Don't blink.
How quickly they came back. The Bulldog basket because Cam Matthews, again, knocked it away.
Lamont Butler picks up the foul. That'll be his second.
If the Bulldogs are trying to get back in this game, they're going to have to do it defensively. Cam Matthews with the reach in, knocks it away. R.J. Melendez in his 4th year of basketball. Good finish. State has to find more ways to get defensive stops.
So Butler with 2 fouls. Robinson has 2, Carr has 2, and Garrison has 2. Nwoko. Nice little jump hook on that low block.
Pretty good matchup with the 2 bigs inside.
Bulldogs have cut it to 5. Almost a steal. Oweh out on the perimeter. Here's Carr.
Williams hanging out in the lane. He's been there a long time.
That 3 is good.
What a night. What a night for Robinson.
Up to 19. Or give him 22, excuse me, 22 for Robinson. Averaging 11.5 coming into the game. Now a new season high, his career high is 28. Certainly on his way to that number. He'll try it again. Got it again! Oh my goodness!
What a performance. 7 of 8 beyond the 3-point line.
A crazy display of shooting from Jackson Robinson. Hubbard, he can't get it to go. His shot just not dropping. Now 3 of 11.
And how much space will the Bulldogs give Robinson? You can't give him any. When a guy's feeling it, and we saw Brea do this against Florida, but watch the catch and the release by Robinson. He barely has it in his hands. It feels so good. The first time down, he looked up at the Mississippi State crowd. That time down, he looks at his teammates. What a night.
He is 1 off his career high of 8 3-pointers. Made those against Denver in December of 2023.
Riley Kugel back in the lineup. He hurt his right hand in that first half.
Got his right fingers taped up. Oh, nice rebound. Kept alive there by Garrison. Gets it to Carr.
Going to call kicking. Kick the ball. Underneath, out of bounds. Garrison with a good bounce pass.
There is Kugel. He's got some tape on his right hand. We saw him warm up, and he was passing, shooting, and shaking his hand quite a bit right before the second half started.
Well, somebody, Mississippi State's going to have to figure out how to stay close to Jackson Robinson. Hubbard with a hold. Guarding Robinson.
That'll be the third on Hubbard.
And anytime a guy shoots like this, Dave, now the whole defense wonders where he is. Other players in the Kentucky uniform are going to get open.
Here's Carr.
This match inside, he'll go over the top.
Carr gets his own miss, puts it back and fouled. He'll head to the line. We weren't even sure Carr was going to play tonight. He's been bothered by a bad back. They were working on it all day today. Gets it wrapped during timeouts, but he has come to play, as have his teammates.
Ready, set, go.
Wednesday, we have a men's basketball triple header here on the SEC Network that starts at 6 Eastern, but we're featuring these games. Chaz Lanier and #1 Tennessee host Georgia at 8 Eastern, followed by the Red River Rivalry, or the Triple R, as John Sumbold likes to call it. The game between Texas and 17th-ranked Oklahoma. Longhorns have won 7 straight in that rivalry as they bring it into the Southeastern Conference. That guy right there is bringing it tonight. Jackson Robinson with 25 points, 8 of 10 from the field, 7 of 9 from behind the arc. Kentucky's had a couple of 8-0 runs in the last 4 minutes to help push this lead out to 13. That three-pointer right before halftime by Kentucky, you know, you could say a lot of things gave them a spark, but certainly that was a big momentum swing for the Cats.
I think of what Chris Jans said all week long, and then what he said to us is how efficient offensively Kentucky can be from everything they do. They're passing, they're cutting. He said everything works in sync. And he thought his team could take him out of that a little bit. They have not been able to.
Here's Kugel, gets a nice screen by Matthews, but Carr's there to slow him down. Where will the Bulldogs go for some points? Looks like #4 is trying to set things up. They'll leave Jones open. Top of the key three is no good, and a collision underneath as Perry trying to box out Matthew. And that's probably not going to work.
Well, it's not fair. I mean, there's just no way it's fair. And even if you have a solid block out, Matthews is just too big and strong. And actually, he's too active.
Yes.
Like, he's just hard to put a body on and keep him in one spot.
Here's Matthew on that baseline. Matthews will kick it out to Kugel for 3, and he's got it. Bad hand and all.
So now who's the matchup on the other end guarding Robinson?
Garrison for 3. Everybody's getting it on the party now. That is the 12th made 3.
And only Garrison's 11th attempt, 4th make on the year.
They need to start feeding him.
Almost like their hula hoops up there that they're shooting at.
Matthews, strong take, and it kicks out at the last moment. Kept alive. They'll reset it. Matthews will try for 3. He's got it. Cameron Matthews, just his 4th attempt of the year and his 2nd make. Robinson. That won't go.
Not again.
A little bit short. Carr the rebound. Here's Perry. Garrison. No way now. Back to Garrison. He's fouled. Free throws coming up.
And how often this week did Kentucky talk about, the media talk about, everybody in Big Blue Nation talk about how strong this Kentucky team had to be, how more physical they had to be. Well, they've shown up tonight in Starkville and have been physical.
Third foul on Nwoko. He joins Murphy with 3 and Hubbard with 3. Garrison 62% at the line. Misses his first attempt of the evening. Missed them both. There's Matthews getting a full head of steam going the other way, and a foul on Perry. And now Kugel is limping. You see him at the bottom of your screen like he twisted an ankle or something the way he came up limping.
And Kugel plays such a valuable role for this team. He can play a lot of minutes or a few minutes, but he does so many good things on both ends of the floor.
And a tough night for Riley. He'll head back into the locker room for the second time this evening.
Let's take a look, see where he turned that ankle.
Well, just didn't see a whole lot right there, but obviously something got him. Josh Hubbard's going to have to get it going here.
He has missed some open and easy looks, but he won't miss that one. And if you're Kentucky, you really want to jam that play because you don't want Hubbard to find his stroke. 13 now for Josh. Cuts it to an 8-point game.
Boy, watch Kentucky cut to the basket. It is impressive. There's a steal. Speaking of impressive, almost a steal by Matthews. Leading the conference in that department, almost had another one.
And give Sean Jones a little bit of credit. He got into Robinson right shirt to shirt. Forced a pretty bad pass.
Knocked out of bounds by Matthews.
When you watch Mississippi State, you wonder how many positions does Matthews play on defense. He is everywhere. Anytime a guy steals a lot of passes, he has a tendency to leave his man, but it's okay. He plays it. He makes the gamble. He plays that game. And his coach says he's got an elite IQ for the game of basketball.
4 on the shot clock. 3. Brea trying to find a little bit of room. He gets it to Butler as the shot clock horn sounds. Rebound Matthews. Cameron straight to the rim. Count it.
Kind of reminds you of the tush push in football. There's no pushing, but how do you defend that? Well, they may call it bully ball, but one of the bigger, stronger, one of the great athletes in all of SEC athletes. My goodness.
You mentioned SEC athletes. He reminds me of watching Derrick Henry carry the football.
Yeah, good point. Wow.
I just don't know how you stop or slow that when it's going downhill. Cameron Matthews with 15 points.
But we have seen Cameron Matthews take the ball either off the rim or from out of bounds and quickly push to the other end about 3 or 4 times tonight.
And beat players down the
and just dribble at full speed.
Well, he's coming off a 16-point game against Vanderbilt in their midweek outing. Hits 6 of 11 from the field and knocks home that free throw and makes it a 5-point game. Kentucky's lead was 14 just a couple of minutes ago.
And here's their 3-quarter court trap. Bad pass by Oweh.
And another steal by Matthews. Cameron. Scoop shot, no good. Tapped around, it'll go to Kentucky. Chris Jans can't believe it. The 9,000 in this building can't believe it.
Was it Butler down here on the weak side going to block out Nwoko?
Ooh, that looks like Lamont Butler was the last one to knock that one out. See if the Cats can take advantage of a break. Here's Carr. Butler wide open, swing it around to Oweh. 5 on the shot clock, nowhere to go. Carr in some trouble. 3, 2 on the shot clock. Left it short. Matthews. Corner 3 by Harris is good. Time to check out the Good Hands play, brought to you by Allstate, and Cameron Matthews has had a multitude of good hands plays.
Yeah, Derrick Henry down. Cam Matthews down.
Yes.
Physically strong, tough, mentally tough. And Dave, they've really changed on the defensive end, all started by Cam Matthews. More aggressive, attacking in a defensive mode to Kentucky. And much of this has happened with Jackson Robinson on the sideline for the Wildcats.
16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 steals to add to his SEC best total, which is now up to 42 steals on the year, and certainly has brought this place back to life. There have been back-to-back runs. Kentucky had a 9-0 run, which opened up this lead to 14. It was their largest run of the game, but then Mississippi State has followed it with a 12-0 run of their own.
Man, what a great atmosphere.
I mean, SEC basketball this year is must-watch television. If you can't be here, of course.
Maybe the best league, top to bottom, in the history of college basketball. Crazy.
Brea can't get it to go. Here's Butler. Oweh had it knocked out of his hands for a moment.
By Matthews.
Here's Carr. He will head to the line. He wants the basket to count. It will count. And a 3-point opportunity. We'll step aside again with 11:46 to play in this one. Cats up by 4, trying to make it 5 when we come back. A lot of guys playing some good basketball tonight. Jackson Robinson for Kentucky and Cameron Matthews for Mississippi State. Probably the top of the list for each respective school.
Yeah, some guys just put teammates on their shoulder and say, just come along.
Yeah.
And his will to win. We saw it a year ago. He won a lot of games almost single-handedly by his toughness as an ability. We're talking about a guy who doesn't really make a lot of jump shots. Doesn't beat you offensively in that way, but both his coach and Mark Pope, the opponent, kind of put a comparison on Draymond Green, and when you say that, you're talking about a winner. Draymond's a little different, probably shoots it better as he's an NBA player and a world champion. But when they say those kind of things, what you're saying is Cam Matthews affects the games in so many different ways. He's now allowed his Bulldog team to get back into striking distance.
Well, there's a guy right here, though, that's been super impressive to me tonight because of what he's dealing with. You watch him during the timeouts or when he's not on the floor, he is standing up the entire time. He's got a back brace on around. He's having that back massage. I mean, it's just incredible. We didn't know what to expect. Even when we asked Coach Pope about it during shoot-around today, he was like, I'm not sure if he can go tonight. We'll talk as a staff about it. And he has stepped up big for the Cats tonight. That foul.
I'd love the discussion there. I told you to switch on him. No, I'm not switching on him. You switch on him.
That foul on Williams, that'll be his second. But Carr, a transfer from Wake Forest. .11.5 to go. Harris
Tough shot, good defense, but
The follow by Michael Nwoko.
as he was being boxed out.
Williams into a triple team, loose ball. Nwoko. They're going to say they're going to talk about this.
I'm surprised they didn't give a timeout. Two guys are calling for timeout. Take a look at this one. Big finish.
They're going to give Bulldogs the timeout as we watch the Nwoko flush. So the Bulldogs get the timeout in a 3-point game. Bulldogs up to 46% from the field. Meanwhile, Kentucky still shooting over 50%, 53% overall, 48% from behind the three-point line. But we have a really good women's basketball matchup for you Monday night right here on the SEC Network and, of course, always on the ESPN app. 14-3 Vanderbilt against the undefeated and number 6 LSU Tigers. Coverage tips at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central Time. That'll be a lot of fun watching LSU. Always fun watching LSU women's basketball team play. Of course, everybody's still chasing South Carolina.
So, Dave, I think back today on shoot-around when Coach Pope was telling his Wildcats, sometimes the ball will go inside and the Bulldogs will basically triple team. Yeah. And they don't help and recover. They just absolutely swarm the ball. And we're seeing more of that in the last 5 minutes. They don't want the post player to be able to see weak side or see anything from outside. So 3 guys surrounding, and if you bounce it, 2 guys are attacking that ball when it's on the ground.
Hubbard sits with those 4 fouls. Good rebound by Carr. There's Matthews, pokes it away. Another steal, 5. Cross court, Melendez. Catch, shoot, got it. Guess what, John? We are tied at 71.
A steal and an assist for Matthews. Melendez, solid with the stroke.
Oh, what a take by Otega Owe.
What an answer.
Give him 13. Melendez again. In and out. And a foul on Nwoko as he got Williams right across the chops. I mean, Nwoko might not think that he did anything wrong, but he certainly got Williams right in the face. See his head bounce back.
I mean, like, well, did they hit heads? No, there's the hand. There's the hand.
They're going to take a look.
Call on the court is a common foul. That play's under review.
By the looks of that, I think it'll stay that way, don't you, Dave?
The question is the 2 things you have to kind of check off: excessive and unnecessary, if you want to make it a flagrant 1. And I don't know that that was either one of those. I think it was just a happenstance foul. Nothing intentional about this. He was just trying to poke the ball away.
Actually, the
ball.
Did he poke the ball?
And the ball hit him. That's what it looked like just then. So quickly they look at it and say it's just going to be a common foul. So maybe that's what Nwoko was saying, is that I never hit him, but it looked like the ball.
Maybe that's why it was a quick review. A quick review by the officials. But you can't go back and not say it was a foul.
Let's see if it... Did the ball watch? He kind of punches the ball. Yeah, it's the ball.
Again, quick review, so you move on.
Yeah, I love it.
Wasn't a foul. But they called it. Jackson Robinson back in the lineup. Sat for quite a bit.
So if we're going to go spend that time over there to look at something, and you see that it wasn't a foul, even though we weren't looking at that, but if you could see that it wasn't a foul, why not make the change there too, since you're already over there looking at something else? I don't want to review every foul, but I'm saying if something else takes you over there, that's all I'm saying.
And I'm going to let you say it.
Okay.
I will let you voice your opinion, partner.
All right.
The crowd thought Williams shuffled both feet up top. Might have been right.
Here's
Look at him
Williams.
attack.
There's Carr. That was blocked, stayed with it, got the basket. Carr now up to 13.
Kentucky has answered.
Playing a little bit of matchup zone, perhaps.
Maybe triangle 2 almost. Practice this at shoot-around.
Corner 3 from Sean Jones.
How about the vision? Matthews inside the pass.
Here's Carr. Butler. He rips it.
And the beat goes on with the Kentucky the way they're shooting the basketball.
13 three-pointers for the Cats. They hit 17 against Jackson State. Chased down by Williams. It'll stay with the Bulldogs as that one goes off of Williams' leg.
But how aggressive defensively? You better get, if you have the basketball, do not allow Mississippi State to knock it out of there. 2 guys, Melendez, boom, whack across the arm. But when 2 go, if Williams clears that ball out, Kentucky has numbers on the other end.
Four-point game, 8.5 to play. Here's Harris. Murphy been saddled with foul trouble, getting some minutes here. Matthews lines up a 3. Off the backboard, count it. And a foul against Kentucky. It'll stay on this end. Melendez is on the deck, but Cameron Matthews banks one home.
Dave, I will say this, the rotation looked good. I'll take your spin at the wheel. Off the glass.
That is just the 6th team foul against Kentucky's, but it'll stay on the baseline for the Bulldogs. So could be a 5 or 6 point opportunity here on this trip down the floor, and it's 6-point trip for the Bulldogs. They are out in front by 2. Their last lead was 37-36.
Unbelievable back and forth, and now back again. Mississippi State delivering from deep. Doesn't matter if it's corner pocket, straight on, difficult, another corner pocket. This one by Harris. What an atmosphere, what a night. Both teams, Dave, playing unbelievably great basketball.
They are combined 25 of 60 from behind the arc in this game. Mississippi State has attempted 34 three-pointers in this game. Cameron Matthews, by the way, has tied his career high with 19.
And Kentucky goes on the road right now. They're shooting 55% from the field, 50% down the three-point line, 13 of 26 threes. Down 1 8 minutes ago. Dave, it's 80, down to 80 to 78. We got 8 minutes left. Some have said NBA South is what SEC basketball is. What a contest. Now Cameron Matthews playing point guard for the Bulldog squad.
We've had 12 lead changes, been tied 7 times. Here's Matthews.
Good defense by Williams. They want to turn him downhill. Matthews likes to go that right hand to turn the corner to get to the rim. Williams solidly on the defensive end.
How long do you just keep Hubbard over there on the bench if you're Chris Jans with 4 fouls?
Well, I think they're fine right now. They've got good movement. They got back in this game. Changes what they do offensively, but I think Harris becomes more valuable because of his ability to make shots.
Turnover by the Bulldogs. That's just their 6th turnover of the night. Kentucky's coughed it up 12 times. Bulldogs have picked up 18 points off those 12 turnovers.
And let's give Sean Jones credit in the Bulldog uniform. He's been very good defensively, chasing the shooters for Kentucky. Now he's on Robinson.
That 3 goes down for Ansley Almanor. And some pushing and shoving, and now some talking.
Coach Pope in the middle of it.
Been one of those games.
You know, Almanor, don't be surprised. The transfer from Fairleigh Dickinson. NCAA in the first round. He made 5 threes when they went over Texas Southern. He was on that team that beat Purdue as the 16 seed, beat the number 1 seed.
Yeah, he's closing in on 100 career 3-pointers. Matthews. Melendez.
Good defense.
Seven on the shot clock. Melendez trying to find a little bit of room. 5 on the shot clock. 3. Tough shot. Didn't touch anything but Williams' hands. Matthews almost got the steal. Almanor with another 3. That is number 15 for the Cats tonight. 2 off their season high.
It did not matter. A defender was right in his face.
Cats by 4. Jones, they leave him open, but gets it to Murphy with a one-hander. That won't go.
And one and done. Kentucky so solid on the defensive rebounding end. Everybody talked about again this season. They gave up too many offensive rebounds, 15 to be exact, against Georgia.
Robinson, 25 points tonight. 2-point bucket from Oweh. Back to a 6-point advantage.
3 straight possessions. You get a 3, a 3, and a 2. 8 straight points. Down 2 to up 6.
And a timeout taken by the Bulldogs, and maybe it's time to get Hubbard back on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. And what an answer the Wildcats had since the last timeout.
Almanor with 2 threes in that sequence. And an 8-0 run by Kentucky with 5:33 to play. The Cats are shooting 57% overall, 53% from behind the arc. Jackson Robinson, though, has been the story. 25 points, 7 3-pointers.
Early in the first half, it just became a catch and release because he was open. And then it just carried to the second half, and Mississippi State could not find him. And when they did going, the confidence going, waved to the crowd, waved to his bench. Everything was on fire.
Robinson averaging 11 points a game with 25 tonight, a season high. The transfer, of course, from BYU after a couple of years. Started at A&M and then Arkansas. He has just been something else tonight watching him. Just part of this frenzy, this 3-point frenzy we have watched. It has been a lot of fun here at Humphrey Coliseum tonight.
Well, again, the game of runs, it's just been amazing. And Hubbard is back in for the Bulldogs, 4 personal fouls. Now, the good part for a guy like Josh Hubbard, he does not drive the ball that hard to the rim. So sometimes you worry about as an offensive guard that you can pick up an offensive foul that way.
Ortega Owe picks up the foul. That'll be his second. And that is the 7th team foul. So free throws the rest of the way out now for Mississippi State.
Not a good foul.
Bulldogs have 16 fouls themselves, so Kentucky will be shooting from here on out as well.
Melendez, 82% free throw shooter. We talked about his first 2 years playing for Brad Underwood at Illinois. Then he went to play for Mike White at Georgia, and now here at Mississippi State.
Melendez gets that one to go. RJ, 82% at the free throw line.
One of those players that, as we've watched over the years, continues to get better year in, year out as he matures as a basketball player.
19 points in their last game. Had a career-high 35 against the Gators last year when he was playing with the red and black of Georgia.
Little choking pressure by the Bulldogs. Hubbard cannot reach.
And another one.
3 threes in the last 3 minutes.
Ansley Almanor came out of nowhere here in the last couple of minutes to help propel Kentucky to this 7-point advantage.
Averaging just under 5 points a ball game.
Almanor now up to 11 on 3 of 4 from behind the arc. Here's Murphy. Boy, he's been pretty much a non-factor tonight. 6 points. Now give him 8. Saddled with some fouls early on, really slowed him down. Oh, nice cut. Butler. Easy little finger roll.
And Williams is so good at distributing the basketball.
Nwoko, strong move.
Not a lot of whistles, Dave, when you attack the rim. Which team can get stops? That's the key.
Brea, probably the best look he's had from 3 all night, but can't get it to go. Rebound Melendez. He's flying down the court. RJ had it poked out, but a foul against Williams.
Wow, I thought Williams had that cleanly.
Almanor stepping up big for the Cats here in the second half.
You know what? Spot up in 3. This is what he did at his previous school, Fairleigh Dickinson, and now he's doing it tonight against the Bulldogs.
SEC men's basketball is presented by Pfizer, the official pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine awareness sponsor of the SEC. Mississippi State and Kentucky in a shootout here at Humphrey Coliseum. Only the 3rd time the Hump has hosted a top 15 matchup. The last time was in the 03 season. Florida came in here ranked 11th. Mississippi State was ranked 7th. It's the best start for the Bulldogs since the 03-04 season, this 14-1 beginning. That was also a year they won an SEC championship. Meanwhile, Kentucky coming off a loss to Georgia, but have had some monumental type wins this season. 3 against top 10 teams. Just kind of stubbed their toe in Athens. But tonight we have seen a bunch of players get back on track for this Kentucky club.
Yeah, look at the numbers. And after the performance against Georgia, again, there were a lot of, grumblings coming out of Big Blue Nation about this team's maybe not tough enough, maybe this, maybe not that. We saw a spirited shoot-around today.
Yeah, man, it was, you could tell there was some juice in the building with the Cats.
We met with Coach Pope, and I thought he was very confident about his team and how they would play tonight. They have answered.
Williams able to get the miss from Melendez.
A long way to go, and who has the final push in a game of stretches right now?
Kobe Bray just 3 points, 1 of 5 from behind the arc. He's trying to post up Hubbard down low. Butler with 7 on the shot clock, working on Melendez. Up and under move, and that won't go. Kept alive by Williams for a moment. Can he save it? No.
Good hustle.
Cameron Matthews has to appreciate that kind of hustle.
Pretty good look by Butler. Butler's done a good job off the bounce, getting to the paint, getting to the lane, knowing guys are going to come. Missed it. Williams, good hustle out of bounds. See if the Bulldogs have an answer on the offensive end.
13 turnovers by Kentucky.
Hubbard, who's back in, been out because of the 4 fouls. It's been pretty quiet tonight. 13 points, but only 4 of 12 from the field.
Melendez wide open. Matthews back to Melendez.
I thought Melendez might take that one again.
Hubbard. That won't go. Oweh grabs the rebound. Under 3 to play.
And now it becomes possession. You don't want to slow it down. Just want to make sure you get what you want to get. The Bulldogs are tired defensively. They've been chasing all night.
That one won't go.
Got ahead.
Up ahead, Melendez.
Dave, sometimes when you take a corner shot, the offensive team becomes off balance. Nobody got back. Weak side's got to sprint back when that shot goes up.
Oweh on the cut off his hands. It'll belong to the Bulldogs. 2:15 to play. A one-possession game. We've had 67 combined three-point attempts tonight.
Oh, how the game has changed. Did you think we'd get this kind of point production today? I mean, I thought both teams were so focused at locking the other ones up.
Hubbard finds a little seam. It's a one-point game.
So don't tell him he can't go to the basket. Good move.
Robinson. Garrison, though, picks up the miss.
Murphy, not a solid block out, allowed Garrison that possession.
Oweh. That rebound to Claudell Harris. Here's Hubbard.
Hubbard's good when it's in the open floor pushing.
For 3. Won't go. Rebound to Oweh.
And that is a great look for Hubbard.
Cut by Butler. Kick to the corner. Here's Robinson. Inside the arc. Got it. Timeout, Kentucky.
Solid shot again by Jackson Robinson, but credit Sean Jones for running him off the three-point line. Came challenging Robinson, ball fake, one bounce, got inside the 2. Take a look at the ball movement now. Sean Jones good. Make Jackson Robinson put it on the floor, but Robinson has had the answers all night long. He has shot the ball extremely well, 9 of 12 from the field.
Cats still hovering at 55% from the field, 50% from behind the arc, 16 of 32. Arrow favors Mississippi State, each team with one timeout remaining. Next foul by Mississippi State puts Kentucky at the free throw line. Bulldogs haven't fouled in a while. They've been stuck on the 6 fouls the last 4 or 5 minutes of this game. 93-90.
We have often seen when the Bulldogs need a bucket, sometimes have Cam Matthews come from the left side, handoff goes, turns the corner and goes down the right side because he loves going right, being aggressive. Hubbard's got to stay confident. He missed the last open one, but he might get another.
Yeah, he's 3 of 10 from behind the arc, 5 of 15 overall for Hubbard.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
Here's Matthews. Off to Hubbard. Gets doubled quickly. There's Matthews trying to turn that corner. Hubbard, step back three, off the front of the rim.
Yeah, tough shot. Almost as though they were hunting a three.
Mark Pope saying, wait, let the clock run. Approaching 15 on the shot clock, under 30 seconds to play.
Kentucky only 11 of 18 from the foul line.
Dump it off to the big man, Williams, who gets it back to Butler. His little floater in the lane is good. A 2-possession game. 14 seconds. Harris, deep three, no good. Williams the rebound, and a foul by Matthews.
What a performance by this Kentucky Wildcat team.
A Chris Jans team giving up 90 points is almost unheard of. But give credit to the Cats for running some of the best offense we've seen.
Impressive numbers across the board. 56% from the field. 50% beyond the three-point line.
This has been a true team effort by Kentucky tonight. At spurts, they have got contributions from a lot of different players in moments when you needed somebody to step up. Robinson carried him early, but here in the second half, it's been 2 or 3 different guys.
And there was a talk, again, all week long about they weren't tough enough and they couldn't rebound. They have out-rebounded Mississippi State by 10.
Here's Melendez. 3 by Jones. That's no good. Out to Hubbard, who just launches it at the horn. And the Cats come into Starkville after a tough loss in Athens and walk out of here with a 95-90 win. What a ball game at Humphrey Coliseum.
Impressive, and like you said, Dave, what a ball game. Fun on both sides. Hard to get wins on the road, especially when you come to Starkville this season.
72 combined three-point attempts tonight. Oh, man. Mark Pope picks up his 200th career win. Congrats to them as the Cats go to 13-3, 2-1. Mississippi State has their 8-game win streak snapped. They're at 14-2, 2-1 in league play. That'll do it from Humphrey Coliseum. For John Sunvold and the rest of our crew, I'm Dave Neal saying so long, everybody.